Okay, sorry about that little intermission. Yeah, so to wrap up this morning's chat, I just want to acknowledge that it is a far greater problem in society, isn't it? That women and children are the victims of family violence and domestic violence in the home. And you don't necessarily have to have children in the mix for obviously that to be a problem and be occurring. And you know, family, friends, society need to stop victim shaming, victim blaming, and pointing the finger at the woman and saying, well, it's your fault because you stuck around for so long. Why didn't you just leave? Because there is psychological aspects involved, and there are socioeconomic aspects involved, and society expectations involved, and family pressures involved. And, even a sense, somehow a sense of that children are better off because of financial reasons and the family home and, location of where you live and things like that, for you to just shut up and cop it and be a good little victim, keep your mouth closed. There's lots of different reasons why a woman sticks around, and it takes years before she becomes so fearful for her life, that outweighs all those things. When it comes down to, oh my God, my children might have to go through life without me if I don't leave. That's a breaking point. That's a breaking point for a woman. Where she really will leave. I think that's mostly the time that a woman leaves. And sometimes violence can be very controlled, actually, as well, where the perpetrator knows exactly how to hurt you, where to hurt you, that it leaves very minimal or even no marks. Again, yep, with the narcissists, the very bad narcissists that are very good at portraying themselves as being Mr. Nice Guy. That's very, very difficult to navigate around, both during the relationship or when you're trying to seek help, when you're trying to leave. And when you're going through any kind of legal matters with each other, for financial settlements and child arrangements and things like that, very difficult. And, I really do hope that there are changes made, to do with women being listened to. People should be so expert in the field of this that they can tell from, the way a woman speaks about her situation, that she's telling the truth. They should be able to, they should be trained in all the different tactics that perpetrators use to abuse their victims, even after separation. And again, as I've spoken about previously, when a woman is trying to leave a family violence, domestic violence situation, that is the most dangerous time for her, because retribution, revenge, fear of people finding out the truth, all of those sort of things can lead to the perpetrator taking lives. And yes, I say lives, not just one life, because we all know that it is also a common story, isn't it? That sometimes that perpetrator goes on to even, out of vengeance, punish the mother by taking away the children, if you know what I mean. And that is a very real risk that I think every woman who's ever been a victim of domestic violence and has children with that person is fearful of, especially if there's been threats made before to do those sort of things, not to children, but to themselves. You know, if there's been threats before, commentary made before about them saying goodbye, basically, if you know what I mean, then of course you're worried about sending your children there, aren't you? You know, and yeah, it's again, you know, the court systems, they will basically, yeah, make it like a thing of, okay, you know, maybe dad should do some anger management men's behaviour program. Maybe dad should, you know, continue seeing the counsellor that he says he's been seeing. And yeah, no, that's good. We're fine for the children to get sent there. It's pretty shocking, really, because you think about there's probably a lot of women and children who went on to experience more or worse from their perpetrators, and you know, it all could have been prevented, couldn't it? You know, if people listened better, if people were trained better, and if there was better legislation around all of that. So yeah, I hope that change is on the horizon for Australia, and all of the authorities involved in all of those different areas, the court systems, you know, and I really do, my heart goes out to anybody who is in that situation currently. I hope you find the strength and the support network to get out safely. I hope you know that you are worth so much better, and that you can go on to have a life beyond that, you know, is happy, is good, is safe, you know, does feel like a blessing, not a curse. You know, it doesn't have to shape you. You are the designer of your own life. You can take back control of your destiny, of your life. You know, and like I've said before, any kind of proof of anything is absolute gold when it comes to proving things to authorities and courts. And, you know, even, you know, do whatever preemptive stuff you can with speaking to your doctor, even if you can possibly swing having private, you know, secret consultations with some sort of counsellor or a community worker of some sort. You know, get it in records, what you're alleging is happening, any proof, any photos, any audio, anything. You know, you can make copies. You can give copies to people, you know, so that your devices are clear of that. Because I know obviously you don't want to keep your proof on your phone that might be, you know, your perpetrator might be going through your phone, right? Um, don't have anything sent to you in the mail, you know, that would cause a catastrophe if your partner found out. You know, yeah, you really have to try to get help secretly, and get out of there and take care of your babies. Take care of your babies. You know, the best thing you can do for your babies is number one, say no, it's not okay. It's not okay for mum to be going through this. Um, and it's not okay for your children to be in a home where anything like that is going on. And you and your children can have a brighter, happier future away from all of that. Okay, there is a future away from all of that. You are not too old, you are not too damaged. You know, I believe that, you know, I believe that there is happiness in life out there for everybody, and you've just got to choose it. You've got to choose it. You have to fight for it sometimes. You know, and yeah, you know, maybe this conversation could continue on a different chat. You know, maybe we can go into other things, but for now, I think I have gone on for long enough. And just want to say violence towards women and children, not okay. And we should also be in society in Australia not ignoring it, not thinking that that's their business, not mine. If you know someone is going through a situation like that, you need to try your hardest to reach out and offer help and support in a confidential way, because you could help save lives. You could help save lives. So please, please help anyone that you know or suspect is in a situation like that. Okay, well, I'll leave it there, and you all have a great day, a great Tuesday. The sun is out, it is getting warm, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, bye.